Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, we're going to talk about YouTubers or fitness celebrities that create problems and then present solutions. Before I get into this topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. If you need coaching, check out the link down below. I'd love to help. And don't forget, every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, I do Massive Iron Live. I answer your questions here live on the YouTube. All right, I want to talk about this huge degree of bullshit, this mountainous level of bullshit in YouTube fitness and just with fitness celebrities or celebrities in general. It's the process of creating problems and then presenting solutions. You're going to get problems that you didn't know existed, right? And then they're going to present solutions. And this is toxic content. Let me explain a little bit and give you an example. Now, I'm not going to name names, but on Team Massive, somebody presented a YouTube video on biceps from somebody in the fitness community that we all respect. And I'm not going to name names. I don't want to start a war. This isn't a feud with me and anybody else. We're just analyzing content, and I want to use it as an educational tool. This video basically talked about biceps and why you had to do one exercise in front of the other because of such and such, and then you had to do a stretching exercise before another because of such and such, right? And this was going to magically help you increase your bicep gains, etc., right? It didn't say magically increase your bicep gains, but when you start to phrase things or position things like, we need to do this because it's going to increase your gains, and we need to put this exercise first because it's going to increase your bicep gains, this is disingenuous bullshit. It's creating some sort of magical routine or magical protocol for everybody that's somehow going to increase your bicep gains, and this is a mountain of bullshit. It's nonsense. It's creating problems and presenting solutions, and it's not the truth. How do we know it's not the truth? How do we know it's toxic junk content? We know it because all we have to do is look back over the history of lifting. We have to ask ourselves this question. In the history of lifting, when we look at all the lifters that have ever built big arms and big biceps, what are the commonalities of their training? It's not that they're putting one exercise before another. It's not that they're leading off with a stretch exercise before this, that, or the other thing. No, that is not important. We know it's not important because if it was important, the vast majority of those building big arms and big biceps in the history of lifting would be training this way. We know this is non-essential. This is an option. This is opinion, okay? We have to phrase it as opinion. It should be phrased as opinion. Rather than this is going to increase your biceps gains because this is the way it was phrased, rather than saying this is going to increase your gains, we should say this is something you guys could try because sometimes I feel personally it gives me a little bit better stimulation. You might not feel that way. Now, I can tell you in the world of coaching, if I give 20 people a protocol that I create, like my massive curls protocol or something like this, if I took this protocol and gave it to 20 people, 10 would like it, 10 wouldn't like it. Out of the 10 that like it, most of them would like it just because it's something different to try, not because it's inherently more effective. Out of that pool, maybe 3 find it more, just incredibly more effective than what they were doing. Presenting options, presenting variables, that's what lifting should be about. We should be presenting variables and options and things to try and different ways to try training, because the beautiful thing about muscle and strength building is that when you come to the understanding of what is essential, right? What are the essentials? And then what are the options? With the essentials, you can build a quality, sustainable framework, something that will last decade in and decade out. That is what we do in the Massive Iron world. We present you with a structure, a baseline. This is all you really need. And from there, whether you want to train using a stretch bicep exercise first or a hammer curl exercise first or whatever the case is, that's up to you based on how it feels to you in the gym. Preference and results. You guys get to pick the tools, play with the tools, and see what has value. But there is a difference between building a base, the essentials, and tools that are optional. I wanted to make this video because it's very important for us to understand that there are a lot of YouTubers out there and a lot of content creators out there that create problems and that they present solutions. They'll say, you might not have known this, but if you do this, it's going to give you better results. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, I didn't know that was a problem. Now I need a solution. Now I need to train the way he did. It's not a problem. It's not a problem if 99% of lifters that came before you didn't need to use this protocol. They didn't have that problem. So always be aware of content that phrases things like, here's a problem, here's a solution. And then you ask yourself, is this really a problem, or is this a made up problem? And this is a solution to something that really isn't a major concern. That's a question we have to constantly ask ourselves. And I call this form of content toxic, and that sounds pretty harsh, but it really is, because instead of creating problems and solutions, we need to create options and be realistic and say, this is an option. It's not going to magically increase your gains, but you might want to try it. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.